Greetings, peasants and wannabes! Welcome back to West Games. I am West, the king of cool! We are continuing our playthrough of Rent a Friend 2 a.m., which starts here in the living room.
It's almost 2 a.m. The party is over. It's either time to clean up, or have one of those deep conversations about life, the universe, and everything that happens at 2 a.m. I say we clean up tomorrow.
So we're starting in the living room again. So this is the top of the game, just like I did before, but this time I'm going to follow a slightly different path. So first we'll see what this guy has to say.
Let's start with a very simple yes or no question.
Okay.
Do you believe that God does exist? If yes, then join me in the kitchen. If no, then I'll meet you in the basement.
So I said no last time. I'm going to say no again. And, but this time I'm going to take a different path around the basement, because there's a whole lot of basement to explore. It's a cool basement. I'd hang out down here, especially because there's pizza. But, you know, mystery fridge, Bill Murray. What's going on, Bill? So let's go talk to our rent-a-friend here. Wow, he got down here fast.
Welcome to the basement. So far we've learned that you lack a belief in the existence of God. Now I need to ask a very similar question. Do you believe that God does not exist? Would you say you believe the statement, God does not exist, to be a statement you know to be true? If yes, then head out to the garage. If no, then meet me in the library.
Alright, so I'm going to say no, because I've known a lot of people who call themselves atheists who say they lack a belief in the existence of God, but they don't assert that God doesn't exist. So they'd walk down this library, which is kind of a nice library. What's going on?
Welcome to the library.
Thanks.
You are here because, however you may feel, you know you have things to learn. Don't we all? You came here because you realized you can't actually make an argument that proves God doesn't exist. Don't worry, no one can. It can't be done. It's like trying to prove that words don't exist. The fact that you can't prove it doesn't mean you're not smart. It means the argument is literally too stupid to be made. That's not your fault. I think this will make more sense once you get to know some of the arguments for the existence of God, which can be had based on things that you already know. Doesn't that sound like fun? Go on into that first room and I'll walk you through them.
Alright, we're going in this first room. There's all kinds of stuff to see in here. Just, you know, there's like a skull and a whale. I'll walk through and click on those things later, but first, this guy.
Think about a meteor crashing into the surface of the moon. The moon is damaged. It cannot be repaired. The crater will remain forever. Is that evil? Nah, it's just rocks hitting rocks. Consider a self-driving car driving into another car at 80 miles an hour. They are smashed into tiny pieces. They cannot be repaired. They are gone forever. Is that evil? Nah, that's just a machine colliding with another machine. Expensive, but not evil. Imagine that a dog eats your favorite shoes. They cannot be repaired. They are gone forever. Is this evil? Nah, he's just a dog. He didn't know they were your favorite. Imagine that I break your favorite pen on purpose. It cannot be repaired. It's gone forever. Those shoes cost far more to replace than this pen. You didn't get mad at your dog. Why are you getting mad at me? The dog chewed up your shoes on purpose. Why is my choice to destroy your possessions worse than his? Now, while you're yelling at me about the pen, Shia LaBeouf kills your mother with an axe. She cannot be repaired. She's gone forever. You would certainly feel as if one of these acts was more evil than the others, depending on your relationship with your mother, but let's assume, for the sake of argument, that your mother was a good mother and you're not a psychopath. Clearly you would say that Shia LaBeouf killing your mother is evil, when none of the other incidents are evil. Except maybe me breaking your pen, but it's not as evil. But still, based on what? You observe and experience the data that evil has been committed. But on atheism, it can't be justified. On atheism, a human is an animal, and an animal is a collection of cells, and cells are chemical factories. Matter, all controlled by the laws of physics and chemistry. No different than rock, robocar, or dog, except for in structure and ability. You can think different kinds of thoughts than they can, but the dog can smell and hear far better than you, and the car can calculate different spatial relationships and receive and process traffic data. I doubt you can do that, unless you are a robot car, in which case, I'm not sure how you're playing this game. Why, if atheism were true, would a human be held to a different standard? Those self-driving cars made decisions which resulted in the irreversible loss of one of their own kind. But we don't consider that an act of evil. So why do we consider it an act of evil if Shia LaBeouf kills your mother with an axe? Why is human choice worse than robo-car choice? Why is human death worse than robo-car death? Why is the irreparable damage done to a collection of matter which happens to be a human worse than the irreparable damage done to other collections of matter, such that we acknowledge the destruction of a human object is evil? None of our judgment, observations, and experience would make sense unless the value of human life was a real thing. The Bible tells us that God made us in his image, and so we have value. Every human being is valuable, more than anything we can discover or create. We all know this to be true, and yet, on atheism, it makes no sense. This is how the observable data once again shows us that atheism is false, and the facts lead us once again to the Bible. Oh, also, I'd encourage your mother to steer clear of Shia LaBeouf, if I were you, just in case. If God does not exist, then there is no transcendent source for a universal moral law. There is time, space, matter, and energy, and blind, pitiless indifference. But the moral law does exist, and thus we know God does exist.
Oh man, that's a lot to think about. What's up, Shia? Stay away from my mom! Alright, we're going to take a look at the rest of the library rooms in the next installment of West Games. Join me! Peace out!